help yourself and write a last will and testament. Please, don't just say it, write it. Legalize it, because if you don't, there's going to be a whole lot of fighting going on. I've been at this a long time. I've been pastoring almost 23 years now, but I've been preaching a good 30-some years, and I've seen a whole lot of stuff. Everybody, oh yeah, mama, yeah, daddy, we're going to love on each other. Let them close their eyes and don't have a written will. Very seldom do folk let stuff go down and really work stuff out without fighting and feuding. Here's a case now where they come to Jesus who's teaching, and they say, Master, please tell my brother to give me a piece of that inheritance. And Jesus asked him a question, said, listen, who made me Lord and Master over you? I don't really want to, in other words, he said, I really don't want to get into your affairs. But then he tells them a story, because he talks about greed. See, when you really trust God to supply your needs, you don't have to step on anybody to get your needs met. Let me just teach a little while tonight. You don't have to beat anybody like hogs to a trough. Have you ever seen hogs? Come on, y'all, we're still in the country. I know Durham is a little cityfied now, but y'all got some rural areas here. Lord help me. Have you ever, some of y'all like me as a young boy, I would sit down during the summer, every summer from Baltimore to South Carolina, and one of my chores was to take what was called a slop bucket. Y'all don't look at me like y'all don't know what I'm talking about. To take a slop bucket, yes, and pour it in a trough where the hogs were. And the thing about that was, it was leftover refuse from dinner, breakfast, and sometimes, Lord help me, in the heat of the day, y'all know what happens. You leave food out all day. I don't know, God is something awesome, because I don't know how in the world hogs and pigs could handle the stench of what they ate, much less the impact it would have on their intestines. Oh, God, help me talk tonight. It was my job, to take the refuse of the day. I didn't like the smell of the hogs, but I used to love to watch them come running to eat. And y'all know what a runt is? Yeah. Something about the hogs, Lord help me. They didn't have a whole lot of manners. They didn't have a whole lot of courtesy, Lord help me. It was survival of the fittest. And sometimes, listen, they didn't wait for you to finish pouring everything. When they saw you coming, they knew it was feeding time. Lord, they saw that bucket. Oh my God, we had a big old 5-gallon bucket that we would feed them with, and sometimes we had 2. And by the time you could start, man, they're already fighting to get to the trough first. And God help the little runt, because they just get knocked aside. These big old burly fellas would knock the little fellas out of the way and eat to their fill. If there was anything left over, a little shorty came and got some. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to tell you that sometimes in the human experience, we act as though God can't provide for all of us. Let me back up now. The earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof, the world, and they that dwell therein. He says, the silver is mine, and the gold is mine. He says, the cattle on 1,000 hills are mine. And listen, cattle, y'all, that's beef, baby. That's steaks. Lord, help me talk. God is saying all of that I created. It all belongs to me. He's saying, in fact, when you read this text, he says the sparrow, the bird that flies in the sky, it doesn't have to worry about what it's going to eat. He says, that bird that has no soul, he says, but I'm so much God that I provide for sparrows. I provide for those microscopic organisms that you can't even see with your natural eye, but I'm so God that I provide for all of them. And if I'm able to provide for animals and to provide for microscopic organisms that you can't even see, and in other words, I'm so faithful that even the thing you can't see, I'm taking care of it. If I can do that, come on, you mean to tell me I can't take care of you? He's saying, listen, I'm so God that I can provide. And so he gives them a parable, because he sees this attitude. He sees how the one who has a whole lot is not concerned about the person who doesn't have much. In fact, y'all know the Bible says, to whom much is given, much is required. If God gives me anything, baby, he requires me. I said he requires me to do the right thing. Help me teach tonight and tell your neighbor, do the right thing. Listen, it ain't hard. It ain't hard to balance this nation's budget. Please tell me. I need y'all to hear this tonight. That's why all around, not only this country, but all around the world, they got the 99 percenters